and spice. Yeah. And make everything there feel nice. No, no. Yeah. A little sugar and spice. Yeah. And make everything there feel nice. Yeah. The shawty bad to the.
Welcome to the
Sugar.
and Spice podcast. Tasty, just trying out the new dragon fruit margarita. Delicious. Alrighty, so we have the recap. That is Temptation Island.
Yes. Last 3 episodes.
Last 3
8
episodes.
through 10.
Yep. Final bonfires. The whole
Yes.
shebang. Who's
Yes.
going home with who? Who's going home alone? Who's leaving with their new connections? Like, whoo, spicy.
Yeah.
But first, seeing as we feel that everybody on that show could benefit from learning what their attachment style is, we decided to do little attachment style quizzes.
Yes.
So it's from a website called the Attachment Project. I will post the link in the YouTube, so go check it out. Essentially, like, I think it's just really good to help understand why you act the way you do in a relationship.
Yeah.
And it's all based on how you were raised growing up, interactions you had in your early years, and it boils down to 4 different types. So the first one is secure. This is going to be the ideal one. I don't really know if I know anybody who's a secure.
Oh, I think I know someone.
Oh, really? Oh, fair. Fair. Okay. So like this is described as somebody who trusts easily, they're attuned with emotions, they can communicate when they're upset, and they lead relationships with a cooperative and flexible behavior. So like obviously like you grew up with 2 loving parents who loved you
Yeah.
a lot and you
And-
lived in a stable home.
And expressed it appropriately
Yes.
to you.
Yes.
You can live with 2 parents that love you and then them
Yes.
not express that
Yes.
and then have different.
Exactly.
Yes.
The second one, which is like I feel probably a pretty big one, is the anxious attachment style. So this is somebody who has a sensitive nervous system. They struggle to communicate their needs, and you act out when you're triggered. So like this can be like either you get really really jealous, which when you see narcissists, they often have an anxious attachment style
Yeah.
because when, for example, i.e. Grant, when
Grant.
you're losing your
Yeah.
supply, you start to get super paranoid.
Yep.
And you're just like, how can I start holding on, aka flying across the world to get her back?
Mhm.
The third one is avoidant dismissive. So this is somebody who downplays the importance of a relationship. They're extremely self-reliant and can be vulnerable in a big crisis. On the other side, you have the avoidant fearful. This is somebody who's very dependent in relationships. They have strong fears of rejection, low self esteem, and often suffer from things like anxiety and depression. So I took mine, and what do you think I got?
I don't know. Like, I could see you falling into, I could see elements of probably the 3, like the anxious and either avoidant.
It's funny you say that because I am what's classified as a disorganized,
Oh,
which is like it's disorganized, but it kind of falls under the avoidant fearful. But as a disorganized, I have a strong desire for close connections and intimacy, but an intense fear of getting hurt within relationships. Um, I can alternate between being avoidant or anxious depending on my mood, experiences, and the circumstances I'm in. So this is caused due to early experiences, struggles with feelings of fear, mistrust, inner conflict, and often will deal with like a push-pull behavior in relationships and stuff like that. Which that for me is very, very, very true because I can very easily shut my emotions off when I need to. I like to call it my superpower because sometimes I'm just like, you know what, you're done. I have no more emotions for you. There's nothing left. And then other times, more so in my past. Now I'm less anxious in things because I just am like, whatever. Like either you choose to stay or you choose to leave. Like I'm not gonna beg you anymore. But in my past, I was definitely very like anxious in the event that like why aren't you messaging me back? Why aren't you doing this? Like, oh my God, like you responded differently. Like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, um, it has its benefits and it obviously like has its not benefits. I can't think of the word. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And what would you guess mine is?
anxious.
Really?
Yeah,
I got the same as you.
really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't find myself particularly anxious. Like,
No, I guess not. I I I can see that. Like I can see the disorganized
yes,
depending on circumstance,
circumstances,
person, everything like that. Like I
situation.
can see that.
So, but like, I think you can have a certain attachment style,
Hmm.
but then you can recognize that, go to therapy,
Yes, work on it. Like
and work on it.
figure it out.
But yes, I for sure in the past, like, well, with me, like when I'm done with someone, whether it be like
Oh,
romantic
for
or
sure.
not romantic,
Done.
like
We're done.
goodbye, we're done,
Yeah.
blocked,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And
it's
that like for me now it's a matter of like you get one chance. I'm so sorry, but if you fuck up that one chance, I'm done with you. Like I've cut off family members for this, so like I don't need a man who's gonna play. If you mess up, I'm so sorry. You don't get second chances.
Mhm.
It is what it is. I don't have time for that.
right.
My heart does not have time for that.
No,
But
so
yeah, yeah. So everybody do your homework, learn about it, read about it. Honestly, the website itself, it has a lot of good information about it. They do like workbooks and like little mini courses and stuff like that. It was actually recommended to me from my therapist. She had me do it when I first saw her. And like I think it's just a good idea to and the questions themselves are pretty like for me, I like you look at like a chart and it's like four quadrants.
mhm,
For me, it asks like the first portion asks about your relationship with your mom, the second's with your dad, and then I think the others like yourself in the world. And so obviously for me, like mine with my mom is super secure. It's the only one that's down in the secure.
yeah.
Everything else is kind of up in the avoidant fearful. And like,
Ew, I didn't really. I was like, I
yeah,
didn't really know what that. I gotcha. I got you
yeah.
now.
And because like for me, yeah, my mom is my secure. She is the only one that's always been there for me and everything like that. So it's interesting. And then you're trying to like answer these questions and sometimes they're hard. And I like a lot of times I'm like neutral because in some situations I'm like this. Some
And some
situations
situations,
so that's
yeah,
where I'm like, ah, I get it. I'm the disorganized. I see it now.
yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's just important. Everybody should learn. And then you don't become like these people on these shows who need to go on the show to figure out if they need to be together or not. So, with that
With
said,
that said, yes.
we like to include a little bit of a learning element to the podcast, people. We can always be better, okay? So like, wait, I think we should just start with let's do Lino and Alexa, just because they're our happy ending. Like,
Yeah. So I mean, we don't.
there's not much on them, so I was like,
No,
let's just get
let's
them
just get them out of the way.
out of the way.
Like, God bless you. You
Thank
found your
you.
happiness.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
And like I think for sure, like she's just like an insecure overthinker, like has issues from her past. So like I'm so happy that like they went and she did that spiritual work with Max.
Yes.
I was like, this is good for them. Like that was really good. I think she had so much growth by the end, which is like good. Like I think that's also part of it. Maybe more so for the girls. I think for the girls, it's about like growing as a person and really like figuring out if this is what you want.
Well, they all seemed like they had done some work
Yes.
along the way. Like there was like on a spectrum of how much each person
Yes.
did, but
they did recognize things
Right.
about themselves.
yes,
And I would say like they at least all took accountability for their own actions.
yes,
Like they were flat out like I did this. Like
Yeah.
I could have been better about
some of the men could have taken a note, but
yeah, well, we all know men don't know how to take notes. And then like Lino, I'm just like, oh, cool. Like I thought it was super cute that he like asked her dad, like give her a call. I was like,
when he did the FaceTime with her dad, I was like, good for you, Lino. Like that there is a man.
does yes, and he is Like, I thought he was so dorky when he was like, I came to this island as a boy and I'm leaving a man. I'm like, okay, Lino.
Lino is like he's so cringe.
He
Like,
is
cringe in like an innocent way, like not cringe as in
gross.
right. Like
Yeah.
Grant's
Yeah,
also
he's like
cringe.
he's like rom-com. Like
Yes.
Lino's rom-com. He's gonna give you the romantic, like, show up to your door with flowers and like
So even the proposal was
I
like
could only hope that would ever happen for me. Like, that was such a beautiful moment for them.
I know, and like you know what though? So I'll pepper it since I've been like on TikTok.
Yes.
I'll pepper in my like
Yes.
after since they're not doing a reunion. So I had to go and do a huge deep dive.
Yes, we're having to take third-party sources.
Yes. So but I saw on one of their Instagrams or TikToks that they did like a second proposal. So it was like
Cool.
no cameras, like just us, and then
Yeah.
they did like pictures of it
part of
after, and it was just very like low key.
A
But
part of me was like sad that like she didn't get to see the girls again to be like, oh my god.
well, we don't know what
Yeah, maybe like
what was
when
going.
they were all leaving or
Yeah,
something.
like what production was like. If
But
they,
I just remember they were at the pool, right? And they're like, this is the last time we're gonna see each
I
other.
know.
I'm like, could we not have had just like a little girl moment and be like, oh my god?
Bring them out.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
that would have been really
Right?
nice,
Because
actually. Yeah.
like at least the
'Cause-
girls.
Well, yeah, because there was no one there, right? Like no friends, no family, no.
nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
So
And like I was like, oh, like I thought it was super cute. Just like his final date, they were just going out ring shopping for Alexa.
yeah, but who was that girl?
I can't remember her name.
I think it was
Is it
Nikki.
Nikki?
I took it down. Yeah, Nikki.
I
It was
remember
like,
her,
it was
I remember
Nikki.
her getting saved like when they were picking.
Oh,
And she was one of the ones where I was like, I don't remember her. So I don't know, maybe she was just like one of those like friendly girls who was like a safe choice. Right. So she was just like the friend who would like they could go and talk to and stuff. She was very sweet about everything.
oh, absolutely. Like she was like when he was trying to write like his proposal, like she's not even going to be
I'm like,
listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, like that was such like a girl's girl. And like
Apparently, though, with the rings, they couldn't because they were in Hawaii. They
Yeah.
couldn't find anything in Hawaii that he liked.
oh,
So they overnighted it from the States to yes. Because he was like, I know he must
he's
have
like
known.
he must have known. Like I feel like he's known that he like wanted to marry her because like I feel like he had it planned, but he just still had those reservations about
Right.
being the second pick, right? So I don't think it was ever a doubt in his mind that he wanted to be with her and he wanted to marry her. I think it was just like I almost want to feel like he has like a friend in his ear who's almost like, are you sure? Are you sure that you're gonna be her number one all the time? Like, I just feel like because once he got to the island, I feel like he started to like fix himself and just be like, I do really love her and I need to get over this.
Yeah, because he was striking out with everyone.
That's true. That's true. That's honest. That makes me wonder too then, like if there wasn't somebody who was like super attracted to him or whatever, right? Like, or he just got outshined by the other three because they are more
Outshine.
well, sorry, outdulled. But like I think just because like the other three were more aggressive about stuff.
Yeah.
Right? They're like him next to them, he comes off as the quiet one.
Yeah.
Right?
Little
And
more
like
reserved.
and he was really trying to stick to the boundaries of like
They didn't have any rules, I don't think. I think they were the one couple where they were like
I think he was just like, I just want to not I just don't want to like I want to flirt with temptation, but he was like, I don't want to do anything.
because in the end he was like, I had a hall pass to basically
Yes.
do whatever I wanted.
Yes, when they were sitting there, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, and I didn't take it.
Yeah.
So like I'm like, yeah, you didn't take it because no one was like
Yeah,
picking
no,
up what you were
buddy.
putting down, buddy. Like
He was like, I loved when she was like, you're my first choice forever. I was like, okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me believe in love a little bit.
a little bit.
Just-
The only couple.
Just a tad bit.
But no, like overall though, like he was very good. Like in terms of he really behaved
sure.
himself. Like
For
he
sure.
was able to.
And I honestly feel like maybe Alex was like at that dinner they had at the bar, their outing, and she was like playing with like the drink. Like I don't know if she was like feeling slighted by Breon So then she was like trying to like
make him jealous by like
yeah, and like trying to
flirting
get something
with-
going with Lino, but it didn't
because like
work.
she was
You're hideous.
she was
You literally left the house in the most Hobeg dress ever. I was like, this is not the club. You're in Hawaii.
yeah,
Everybody else is in like travel outfits.
attire. Yes.
She's just like, I'm ready
Well,
to go.
but afterwards, like she was like, "Oh, I was like the star of Temptation
Yeah.
Island." I'm like,
No,
What?
she's one of the ones I think went on there so she could go on other things. Like
"Oh, absolutely."
I would not be surprised if you see her on Singles Inferno or
Love Island.
yes.
Yes.
Like I would not be surprised if you see her on one of those because like yeah, absolutely. So should we segue into
Who do you want to do? Who do you want to do?
well, we might as well do Shantae and Brian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they unfortunately also left together. Which I am just
Well-
so disappointed in.
I'll get to my post-show update momentarily, but let's talk the show.
I just like I love all of the support from the girls with her and just being like especially at that other bonfire, so the second last bonfire or the last video bonfire, sorry.
Yes.
So yeah, the second last bonfire. And like the girls are just like you have to do what's like in your heart. Like he clearly is not remorseful. Like and I'm like just sitting there writing. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes love is not enough. Love is not enough
No,
to make something continue on.
he can love her, but he doesn't respect her.
No.
At all.
And same for her. Like I wanted to be like, you can love him as much as you want. You can love him till the day you die. That is not going to be enough for him to act right. Like him saying, oh well, it's just this, it's the island. This is what's supposed to happen, blah blah blah. That's disgusting. Like, how dare you say it's just circumstances of it all?
Well, like God bless Amaya for like
Oh.
totally calling him out. What a girl's girl. Like she's like, you can't pick and choose when you want to be single. He's like, well, we're on the. She's like, this is still real life.
and
Like,
then I love how he just like she denied him that date.
oh, absolutely. I was
I
like,
think I'm so happy that they showed her that clip
oh yes,
because you had to know that all of these girls knew what a piece of shit he was.
well,
with the whole bag
so-
aside.
yes, with the exception of Alex and Courtney, who were fully involved in the whole.
And they were there for that specific reason. But all the two other girls who were like, we're not gonna sit here and watch you disrespect Shantae.
Well,
When you've literally been sitting here, like she's probably the sweetest girl in the world.
and Angel, that's her name.
Yes.
Angel, like her just being like, how can you call yourself a Christian?
100% girl, like
And-
called him out.
Yeah. And I was like, good for her. Like, good for the two
Yeah.
of them. He needed the two of them right from the get go
100%.
to just. If
Uh,
Angel had been there
I
at the
feel-
beginning,
And I also feel like Amaya was like trying to suss him out at the beginning, right? She was testing, I think she was like testing his boundaries to see where he would land and what kind of guy he was. Like, because at the end of the day, like, I'm going to test your boundaries, but I'm expecting you to reject me every time.
Right.
Because you have a girlfriend.
Right.
Right? Like, I'm the single one. I'm single in your house. This, like, my job is to tempt you.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, she was right when she called him out, be like, you are not a good boyfriend.
No.
You are not a good man.
No.
Like you're not, like, I
But
just can't.
it was like, okay, so after she did that though, and he had to like spend the date alone, I feel like, so I'll just say, like, absolutely she should not have left the island with him, but I do feel like he
I
was
feel like he
starting,
did.
it was starting to get the wheels turning.
And I wonder if it's because he got rejected by the other people in the house.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
And
but
he wasn't, and I don't think he wanted to re-enter with like I don't think he wanted to like re-talk to Alex because I feel like they did not speak after he was trying to get her to go home.
well, we said it last time, fucking
Fucking
Chuck.
Chuck.
Like, absolutely. Like, he absolutely did not want, I think it was Lino that saved her. Like, he did not want Lino to, like, you could, it was written all over his
Yes.
face. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want
and
this
like I
girl
do,
here.
I love a good ego check. And like I was kind of like on the fence when Amaya was like I think he's grown as a person and blah blah blah, and I'm just like,
It's not enough time.
it's not enough time, and I'm
Like,
like, but has he really, or is he just being like, shit, I'm gonna lose her because I fucked up, like I made a boo boo, and she's going to kill me, and I feel like he wanted to see her do something on a video, so then he could be like, aha, see, you did one too, you did it too.
but
He
but
had to have known she was never gonna do that.
oh no, and like so I saw a thing from Hashim,
Hmm.
and basically Hashim was like this, like on TikTok or whatever, and he was like, the one when she asked him for that final date, producers made her do it like 3 or 4 times because they were like, can you at least try to seem like you're a little bit interested?
But we're just friends.
But like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
way she was saying it, like, do you want to go on a date? Like, I guess like it was just like
I feel like that's just how she is, though.
she
Do you know what I really appreciated at the bonfire was Mark. I have it written down. He literally said to him, like, maybe you don't make her emotionally safe.
oh no, she oh,
And I was like, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. You are a godsend.
like she walked around after she saw that threesome, which I feel like initially she was in denial. Like she went through the whole thing, like shock, denial,
7 stages.
yes, like the whole thing. But I'm like, at the end of the day, like I still feel like she was walking around with like zombie eyes after that occurred.
That's where I think she was in shock. Like when people are in shock and they can't process anything. And like I'm starting to think that maybe she's never dealt with emotions properly, because it's like she kept being like, I need to process this, I need to process this. No, honey, I think you need to fall apart.
Yeah,
Like just break
let it out.
down, fall apart, and be done with it, because like this is not healthy. You are like,
Well, even Mark made a comment to her, like, you know,
you
you
need to
don't,
feel this.
yeah, you don't have to be so like,
Yeah, I think he said something like you don't have to be so like closed off or like so numb about it or something like that. Like, yeah, she definitely she I don't know. And then, so like into the final bonfire, I was like, at the beginning of it, I was like, oh, I feel like she's gonna go home alone. I feel like she's gonna go home. And then she went and talked to the producer girl, and I was like, oh, okay, like she's gonna go home alone. And then she came back, and then he started working his magic, and then she was like, I guess we'll leave together. And I was like,
well, like, I felt like, I'm like, you are not conveying the amount of anger,
pain.
betrayal, pain,
Yeah,
all like she was very calm and like even toned
yeah.
through the whole thing. I'm like,
Is this
you
an
can
image thing? Did you not want to look like a crazy person?
I don't know. I'm like, you are fully entitled to get angry about this. Like, get mad, be emotional, cry,
Yeah,
like, show him like how hurt you
yeah.
were over
And
what happened.
I'm so sorry. I will say, Brian, I'm so sorry. You had a horrible childhood. That is heartbreaking. However, you were a grown ass man who should have dealt with that already. Like, you need,
But the thing is,
he
he's
use it. I don't like that he uses it as a scapegoat. Like, oh, well, this happened to me. This is why I do
well,
this.
but I feel like he just like came to the realization he could use that as a scapegoat. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think he's really talked about it.
No.
Like, obviously, he's talked to Shantae about it because,
Has he though?
well, he made a
Or
comment
touched
like,
on it?
he made a comment like, you know how I grew up. Like, he said that in
But maybe he just like, I feel like, because I think even Mark made the comment of like, have you shared these feelings with Shantae? And he was kind of like, not really.
well,
So maybe she knows like basic events.
yes, yes, that's what I mean. Like I think she knows like what happened, but I think like what Mark was trying to say was like you've never seen this behavior modeled before. Like you haven't seen what it
Yes.
means to like love a partner
Yes.
or like so for him, I think a light bulb kind of went off
Maybe,
like
yeah.
when that was he's like, you're right.
Yes. I
I
think
haven't.
there were some moments where I was like, oh, I think he's getting it. But then I'm also like, is he trying to save face because he doesn't want to leave alone? Because that would be embarrassing for him. Right. So it's a toss up between like, and obviously, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, you say like, obviously Shantae knows him the best and blah, 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 blah. But like, I feel like personal situations of our own, we can look at him, and yes, we're on the outside and stuff like that. But like, I don't, I feel like she came back and sat back at that bonfire, and he just started talking. And he was just like, blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, okay, I guess we'll just go home together.
And I saw an interview with Mark after, and he was basically like, Breon is a master salesman. He's a master
He's
salesman.
a snake oil salesman.
He's a master salesman. He had his pitch, like he
She
knew
fell
what he
for it.
wanted. Absolutely.
She fell for it. And I also then wonder if it was embarrassment for her. Like, I can't leave here alone. Like, girl, you literally were like, how am I going to show my kids this? Like, how are you gonna show people at your church?
Right. Like,
Like-
aren't you going to be worried about like what are people saying about the two of us
How
still being together?
this would have never happened if we weren't on the island and blah blah. What? Like, I don't think that. Yeah, obviously the island's a very controlled environment and it's going to test you to your limits. But like, I'm sorry, you may not go and have a threesome out in the world, but you sure as hell are going to go out to the club with your boys and you're going to kiss a girl.
Oh, I like this was not the first time.
No.
No. This is the first time you maybe had a threesome, but this is not the first time.
I'm not even betting on that.
I'm
Mr. Run,
giving him the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt that this is not the first. Or
Okay,
that,
so then what did you see on your TikTok dives?
oh, so they did leave together. She had to shut off all. She basically got off social media. She had to
You would have to.
She shut off all her comments. I sent you the one thing like with Breon doing a live, and
Yeah.
basically everyone was like, "You're a shitbag."
Yeah.
And so literally, I think this happened on Friday or Thursday or Friday. She put on her Instagram story that they're taking a break, but she put for now. So what does that mean? But they are, as of Thursday or
When did
Friday.
he do that live?
Oh, I don't know when he did that live.
Oh.
But as of Thursday or Friday of like just
This past week.
this past week, they're
They're on a hiatus.
they're not together for now. So,
Interesting.
but I'm like I don't know, like has she been reading everything that's been online maybe? Like
You thought you were embarrassed before? Just wait until the online people get to you. I would 100% shut my comments and everything off. Like, nobody's sending me anything. We're going private mode. Nobody's getting anything. Mind you, I'm not stupid enough to do something like that.
and I don't like okay, he was like I'm going to go to therapy. Like that was one of the things he said at their last bonfire together. And it's like, okay, then you go to therapy.
And call me when you're done.
And I will
He
go to
needs therapy.
He needs therapy. So I'll go to therapy. We'll both work on each other or like work on each other separately.
Yes.
And then you know what?
And yep.
If after this, after I go to therapy, you go to therapy, like we've been in therapy
Yep.
for a while, and we're like, you know what? Maybe we will try again. Then you go to therapy as a couple.
100%. Yeah, like, because right off the bat, couples therapy would not work for either of them because they have too much baggage between
them. You need to get your own shit sorted out before.
He needs to deal with his childhood.
From experience,
Yeah.
you need to get your own shit sorted out before you start sorting out shit with a partner.
Yes. And like, he needs to deal with his childhood. You need to deal
Oh, absolutely.
You need to deal with the reason why you needed to go and experience that to realize you didn't need it in your life.
Right.
If you've never had it, why do you think you need it?
Right.
Like, is it?
I think he has had it though in the past.
100%.
Not necessarily with her, but I think like not necessarily while he was with her, but I think he's had it in the past. So it's like you've had it if you've had it in the past, why do you need to like touch the fire again?
Yeah. And if it's something that like was consistently brought up in your relationship, which it was, because he kept saying, "Oh, she always brings it up." So clearly you have participated,
right?
Because nobody just randomly out the blue goes like, "I really want a threesome." Like, threesomes are my thing. Threesomes are only your thing if you've done them before,
right?
And like, come on, bro, get your shit together. Like, you're not fooling anybody watching the screen. That's for sure. You weren't fooling any of the girls in the house.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And you just happened to find the female version of yourself.
Two of them.
Yes.
Like for Shantae, it should have just been red flags a waving when there were other girls in the house. Like when she heard Amaya talk, I don't know if she saw Angel.
No, but
like
maybe she saw the massage. She might have seen the massage clips.
But like that should have just been red flags.
It's
like
girls in the house who are there for the purpose of stealing your quote unquote man.
Right.
And they're even saying like, bro, you got issues. Like,
right.
you should
You
probably
don't respect women.
you don't respect your girlfriend who
No.
you say you love, you want
You're a
to
terrible
marry.
boyfriend.
Terrible. I do appreciate though that he literally said like,
Sorry, my
I-
friend Spam Likely is calling me. There.
oh,
My boy Spam Likely.
oh spam. Yeah. Well, I hope that she does not get back with him, and I hope it was embarrassing, and I hope she got side eye from all of
It's
her
from
church people.
It's from Beijing.
Oh, Beijing. So my husband? Is my husband calling? Anyway, yes, if anybody knows any hot Asian men, please send me their info. Thank you. Height and money doesn't necessarily matter. So do you want to do Tyler and Taylor next? And we'll save
We'll
Grant and
say
Ashley
Grant
for
and
then.
Ashley. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you start this one off? Because
Why?
yeah, no,
Why?
I don't know.
What?
I feel like they're the one couple where we kind of like have a little bit of different
Opinions?
opinions on them.
Yeah, and I think we'll come to the bonfire, and I feel like we're really gonna have different opinions,
Which is fine.
Which is fine. It's okay. Like we all
We see it from different perspectives, and that's
Right.
all that matters.
No, so like we saw. So in
I did appreciate the matching PJ situation. That was
well, I was
super
gonna say
cute.
we did see like kind of after she had watched Tyler
yeah.
with Kay at multiple bonfires, and we saw like the start. I think at the end of like episode 7 or
Yeah.
whatever, we kind of saw the start of
Like her and Yemen kind of
yeah,
creating something,
Right.
right? And I will say, like, he would be somebody I would think she's ideal with, like his character.
his character.
He's strong.
Yes.
He's masculine.
Yes.
He's a no shit taker. Like he has the same vibe as her. Same aspect in life. Wants the same things. Like
He seems like
he's more mature.
That's what I was gonna say. He's more mature. He seems like he has his shit together, which is like what the things were that she wanted for
And
Tyler.
that was like the conversation that she and him were having at the waterfall area.
Yes.
Where he was like, I love how she can be soft and feminine. And I'm like, and I literally wrote this, I was like, I don't think people pay attention enough to how they are when they're dealing with their partner. A masculine, secure partner will create space for the woman to be soft and feminine.
Absolutely.
You don't have to live in your masculine energy.
No.
And I feel like because she was mommy mode with Tyler,
Yeah.
which whether it was intentionally on her end or she necessarily didn't want to feel like another failure, so she was just holding on to this relationship with him, right? Like it ended up happening. She ended up being a mommy mode.
Yeah, but part of it is her own doing because
100%.
she's picking someone who, like,
We've all been there. Sometimes we don't pick well.
no, and like, but it's like, why did you let this continue on for so long?
I think it's also too one of those situations where you see somebody's potential and you're visualizing how they could be if they reach that potential.
Well-
So you're not living in the now, you're living in the future.
Excuse me, and part of it was that she's living in the future, and a bit of it was she was living in the past.
Yes.
Because when they first got together, yeah, he had a corporate job,
Yeah.
blah blah, was making good money,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and then he decided, you know what? Well, I think he got let go, but he was like, you know what? This isn't for me.
Yeah. I
Like-
feel like it was like probably like a post-COVID thing and it was just like, you know what, we're downsizing.
Yeah, and
And let alone like honestly, maybe he just wasn't super into the job, so he didn't have great performance.
well, but it's fair,
Yeah.
right? Like he was like, you know what? I think I want to branch out. I want to try modeling.
Yeah.
Like,
I also like when they were at the final bonfire and she was talking about like the stability. So like for me, I would have just preferred more information about like what his financial stability was like. Because we know she was paying for all the house and the utilities. But like I said, I think I said it like in like a couple episodes ago. What was his income like? Because is it something that is sustainable?
Yeah.
And like I can see like we all said because she's a little bit older than him, like she's on the path where she's like, I need solid concrete building blocks for a future because I'm gonna want kids. I'm gonna want this. Like, can you really rely on a man who's doing modeling to help you raise kids?
well, and like, but the thing is,
They're just incompatible.
oh,
just incompatibility at its finest. Throw
Absolutely,
in the towel.
absolutely incompatible. Like she is, and it's not a huge age difference, but I feel like it's enough of an age difference at the
Especially
ages
for
that
him.
at the ages that they're at, where she's like at a point where she's like, okay, like she's probably like, I want to settle down, like I want to get married, I want to
Like,
have
I'm getting
kids.
closer to 30. I
Yeah,
want to start thinking about having kids. I want to be able to maybe like jointly buy a house or move or whatever.
and he's not in that mode
No,
yet.
no,
So it's
no.
like,
And it's just like on like both of them too. Like I think too, he was like he hasn't experienced relationships
well,
either, right? He
he
was
got
very
married
young,
super young,
got
and
out of
then
that, went right with her.
right, and like even in the last bonfire when
I think
Mark was saying,
yeah,
made the grass comment, he's like, you know, you didn't let enough grass grow on.
grow.
He's like, no grass grew under.
Yeah,
Like there was nothing.
yeah,
Like I immediately jumped from failed marriage
yeah.
and failed marriage. So I saw she is with a woman.
Oh,
So
ooh, that would do a little something to your masculinity.
I think at the tail end of their relationship, like he was allowing her to explore
Yeah,
with women because she was saying, I have these feelings or
yeah.
whatever. So, anyway, so yeah, like she, I believe, is with a woman and still with, I
Okay.
think, whatever, like,
So maybe he was like that. Maybe that's why he was also holding on to the situation with Taylor, right? Because it's like, well, like I don't want to be another failure. I want to prove that I can do this and can be in a relationship. And like I'm gonna say like I'm not surprised that he left with Kate. I was a little bit disappointed because of the way he was talking leading up to it. He was like, I think I need to leave alone.
yes. And like in the last bonfire, like, she was driving me nuts because she was like, you could tell she wanted a fuck fight. Like
Yeah.
she
I think
wanted a
she
fight.
wanted her answers. She just wanted because I also feel like too he doesn't come out and say the truth. Like he's just very like washy-washy to me about stuff. And like I feel like she's just like, I just need to know these things. Like,
Yeah.
and I think she was still dealing with a little bit of hurt,
Oh, absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. She was hurt. She wanted to fight. She wanted to throw down with Tyler, and he just wasn't having it. Like, he's just
Yeah.
like, I think he was at the point by the last bonfire where he's like, you know what? I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, I
And I
don't.
wish he would have just said that. I wish he would have just come there and like when they had their opportunities to talk, I wish he would have just said, you know what, I came to the conclusion that we are just not good together and I just need something different. But I was really hoping that he was going to stand by himself and go, I need to go home alone.
I
I think
really
he
wanted him
changed his
to.
mind. I think he changed his mind because of the way she reacted at the bonfire. So then he was going to be like, fuck you. I'm going home with Kay then.
Yeah, and maybe because like yeah, like I think he was like, I am not engaging in this fight. Like you can yell at me all
Yeah.
you want. Like I'm just gonna keep my like little monotone
Yeah.
voice.
And
like
see
the
that
way
for
he was
me,
the way
I
he
would do
was
this. I would do the same thing as her because that pisses me off.
I know, I was gonna say that the way he was talking was probably just like absolutely triggering her to get even more
And
mad.
that's what it is. That's
Yes.
what it is too, because it's the lack of like it. And I think too for her because she was still very emotional about it, and it's the lack of emotion from him. And it's like, did this just mean nothing to you? This meant nothing. Okay, cool. Like
Well,
I'm just was like, Mark, help, help, Mark, wave the flag, Mark, we need help.
and but he eventually did. And
Yes,
but like I don't know. Like I don't people have strong opinions about like from what I've seen online about him, and I'm like, you know what? I don't hate him. Like I'm like, I think he should have left alone. I don't think
I just he just annoys me.
I don't think he should have left with Kay.
No.
But at the same time, I'm like, they're just incompatible.
Yes,
It's not like
100%.
he's not Grant to me. He's not Breon to me.
No,
So
no.
I'm like,
I
he's
think he
not.
just needed to be more. I think he needed to be more firm in his opinions and in what he wanted and then what he was saying because it's almost like he knew that she was going to be aggressive at the bonfire
Well, he
and
probably knows how she is, right?
exactly
Like I'm
I
sure
was
this isn't the first
I
time they've
just
had that same type of fight.
yeah and like honestly like I couldn't sit there and listen to him be like I just feel so undervalued. I feel less than and I just want to feel important and she makes me feel important. All right, go have fun with your OF model, man.
And well, but the thing is, like, I don't know if you saw afterwards, like he was like, I think he did say, I'm gonna leave with Kay just as a fuck you to Taylor because he said after, like, they didn't end up, like, they stayed a couple days on the island
Oh, did
together.
they?
Yes, but then he didn't end up pursuing anything because she's an OF model, and he's like, I'm too jealous of a person to deal with that.
I
Which
see. I
is
fast forwarded
which-
through a bunch of stuff.
Oh, this was,
Oh,
I found
this
this
was
out
after.
after. Yeah, I
Okay.
found this out after. But I'm like, you know what? Fair. If you are saying you're entitled to that. Like, if are entitled to say, I'm too jealous to date someone
Yeah.
like this. But
But I
and
feel like that is that not a conversation that could have happened in the house?
so
Or
he
is she not
claims
allowed to talk
so
about it?
he claims he never knew. She says, how did you not know? Because everybody else knew, but she did not explicitly tell him until they were in that little hut thing at the end with no cameras, because she didn't want to talk about it on camera.
Oh, okay. That's
So she didn't explicitly tell him until that night. And then he was like, they were already kind of going down a path. Like, I guess they had already committed to staying on the island a couple more days together, because they stayed on the island well, we'll get to it, but they stayed on the island a couple more days together. So they'd already committed to that. So
Yeah.
he's like, okay, well, we can stay and like do that. But he was basically like, I am too jealous of a person to deal with a girlfriend who does OF, which is fine. Like, that's
Fine.
totally valid.
fine. But like
Better-
you're
better
sitting
to
there
say-
saying you're falling for this girl, and then now all of a sudden you're like, I can't deal with that. I gotta go.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
fair. But like, how much of that was just show to
There-
hurt Taylor?
maybe,
But,
maybe, but good on him though for knowing his boundaries instead of trying to date someone and being like a
Fair.
jealous lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know a few of those.
So, and the last thing I'll say is I did see a few snippets of the reunion for the Vile Files, and it made me I'm not a super, I will say it, I'm not a super fan of Taylor, like, and it made me like her even less.
Oh, okay.
So
So she's still harboring.
I'm like, girl, let it go. Like, go to therapy
Yeah.
and just let this go.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, talk about it and let it go. Who cares about this loser? Like,
Yeah.
loser to her. Like, who cares
It
about
just makes
it?
me wonder, like, what happens after the fact, right? Because clearly they have the same friend group,
They're in the yes. So
right?
he is already dating someone. So he did not pursue anything with Kay after the
Yeah,
fact.
yeah,
Like, they spent a couple days there and then didn't. But he is already dating someone else in
And
their
when was this filmed?
last, like, about a year ago, I think.
Okay.
So he's dating someone
Okay.
else locally.
Okay.
And she has a reason. It's kind of funny because he's like, oh, like, I couldn't be with Kay, like, because she does the OF stuff. But the girl he is dating she is an Instagram fitness model, but she has a fairly large following. So I'm
Okay.
like, doesn't this trigger you? But whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, it's the same thing. She just has her clothes on.
So, but I guess there's only like one gym, I guess, wherever they live. I don't know. So they all.
Wait, are we back in Minneapolis?
So they ended up going to the same gym. So then obviously Taylor's triggered by that. And Tyler's sitting there, which I'm like, like, I kind of agree with him. Like, he's like, did you ever think it's not about you?
Yeah, fair. Well, yeah,
He-
some people are like that, right?
he's like-
where they
he's like-
still think people are thinking about them, and
He's like,
ruminating.
why do I have to? He's like, this is the gym I go to.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to go to
Yeah.
a different gym because I'm dating
Just go at a
someone?
different time.
Yeah.
Figure it out. We're all
He's like,
adults.
you came to the gym specifically to rub it in my face. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It is what it is.
So, anyways, if I'll send you some links so you can
Yes.
watch
yes,
it too.
100%.
But yeah, like, she's not my favorite. She was even less of my favorite once I saw the snippets from the
Fair.
reunion.
Fair. All right. Now, Ashley and Grant. Let's finish off with a bang. I love the pottery date with Danny. I thought that was so cute.
A little ghost
It was-
moment.
yes. It was super cute. Honestly, I just really enjoyed watching Ashley just be carefree, have fun, and like laugh. Like, you could visibly see how much more relaxed she was becoming.
Oh, well, it's like a perfect, like, we talked about it with Shantae. you could see that with Ashley too. It's a perfect example of a man just like breaking your spirit.
100%.
Her spirit was so broken.
I'm like, yeah, I was just
It
like,
took her a while even to like start to have fun with like through you
just in,
saw,
yeah,
and
we
you
saw
saw
her.
a transformation
Yes.
of her. I think she really needed to see with her own two eyes. And I know, like, I can almost guarantee this was not the first time that Grant cheated on her. This is just, well, we
This
know
is
that it wasn't.
we
know
know,
that it wasn't, but I'm
like,
saying
since
he
that
has,
first time.
yes, I'm sure he has had cheated on.
He without a doubt has. And I'm gonna say she probably, like she said, she was like, it's probably not the first time. And she probably has had inklings or she's heard stuff around town.
And has had that anxious feeling.
Mhm.
And I think finally seeing it with her own two eyes, like having the proof right in front of her, she's like, okay, like this
Yes.
is good. Like not
Yes.
good, but
I can see it now. Now he's a piece of shit.
Yes.
God sent me this horrible man.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like, yeah. And I will say that, like, I like that Danny was like super respectful with her. He was like, obviously, I'd love to do more, but like, it's fine. We can just sleep. Like, okay, perfect. And like, and even with the overnight with Danny, it was just a matter of like, they were having good question conversations with each other of being like, well, what do you want? Like, and she was very honest about saying, like, I don't know where this is going. Like, I might leave alone. Like, who knows, right? So I was like, you
What do you
go,
think
girl.
happened during the sleepover?
Oh, they 100% smushed. In the words of Snooki, they smushed. They smushed.
Here, get it.
Yes, I was
Get
like,
it. Grant's
get your bag.
Yes. Grant's such a piece of shit.
To
Please.
quote Angela,
Oh, yes.
to quote my mother, liver lips. She was like, that's what we used to call guys that looked like that in the 80s. Liver lips. I was like, cool, mom. Thanks.
It's just repulsive.
So letters.
How many times has he written that same letter? How many times do you
And
think?
then I go, oh,
How many times has he read that same letter to someone?
Oh, so she's just a dumb 22-year-old. I'm like, girl, you're seriously falling for this right now? Like, I was like, I was like, you are the second option. Do you not realize that? I was like, he actually hasn't broken up with Ashley.
Right.
You are not, like, you are the second option, bro.
And absolutely, if Ashley had said to him, if they had talked at the bonfire and Ashley was like, you know what, Grant, I think we should try again.
Oh, he'd be on that like white on rice.
Oh, absolutely.
He'd be like, what the
Absolutely. He would have been like, yep, let's leave together.
hook, line, and sinker right there. That's all he needed.
Yeah.
All he needed was her to have a little bit of a waiver. And I think he could have done what Breon did and just given her the lip service.
Oh,
And she
absolutely.
would have crumbled. But like, she's so much stronger of a person. Like, I think she had had enough. Like, and I think it was honestly too, like how he like approached the bonfire with her.
Never. At least Breon came with a sack of sorries. Like he came with his sack of sorries to be like, I'm. Meanwhile, Grant's like, well, I forgive you and I forgive me, and I'm like,
forgive her for what?
What's happening?
Well, first,
what's happening?
The bonfire
knows how to apologize.
I don't think the man has ever said, I'm sorry, period.
In his life.
No, never.
Never.
Like, so the other bonfire, I love that Mark called him out and was like, you need to take ownership about your faults in this. Like, enough.
He's like, he is allergic to accountability. Like, he has a zero.
It terrifies me that he has a daughter.
Oh.
And I hope to God after this, the mom like really clamps stuff down. Like, I'm so sorry, but you would not be going anywhere near my daughter.
The example that he's setting for his daughter is just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Would you, Grant, like, would you want your daughter to be treated the way you are treating these women?
He probably, but I don't know, because he's sitting there at that bonfire. What did he say? He was like,
that man.
I was like, bro, if you call her out on anything, oh, you're sitting there telling everybody that I'm a piece of shit, man, and that God sent you a piece of shit, man. How do you think that makes me feel?
You are a piece of shit. How do you think it made her feel watching you clapping cheeks with another girl in the shower?
And he's fucking sitting there being like, I love you so much. And he's like, but I've made a real connection with Natalie. I'm like, bro, you've never made a real connection in your
Or
life.
life. Your only real connection is you. Like,
100%. When you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, baby, I love you.
number one. Grant is his own number one. Like,
Yeah. I do appreciate like Ashley when she was like, all of my actions were in reaction to you.
absolutely.
Yes, reactive. And like, I don't think people understand that like reactive abuse is a real thing too. When you are dealing with somebody like a narcissist and stuff like that, it just becomes too much that you give back a
Yes.
little bit of their own medicine. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden they're playing the victim.
Yes.
And they're like, you're abusing me. And you're like, no, like this is what I've been dealing with. And you just got a little taste of it and you can't handle it.
Right.
Like
At all.
the amount of times I sat there and I was like, this guy's gonna crash out right on national television.
He is a raging lunatic. He's a raging narcissist. Nothing is to give a little future looking. Nothing has changed. You're gonna be so disappointed when I tell you what I'm about to tell you.
What?
So Ashley did get back together with Grant after the show.
What the fuck?
That's what I said. I was very disappointed also, but you know what? I feel like it's one of those instances where he just has like a hold on her.
I thought she was over that. That's embarrassing.
Yes.
That's
They did break up.
Oh,
They
thank
did
God.
break up. Right as of right now, they are broken up.
I feel like she was like, okay, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Not on the island. Let's see what happens. I'm personally shocked that he left alone.
Oh,
I think if he didn't have to say it first, I think if he knew that she
absolutely
was leaving with Danny, he was gonna be like, fine, I'm leaving with Natalie.
Well, so remember when I was saying I'll get to that later? So Tyler and Kay stayed a couple nights over with Grant and Natalie.
Interesting.
So and they did have a bit of an exclusive relationship,
Okay.
Natalie and Grant after, and he cheated on Natalie with Ashley.
That's embarrassing times 3 for all of them.
All of them.
That's embarrassing for all of you guys. Like,
Yeah.
please be grown-ups at some point. Well, that's very embarrassing.
So yes, but so somehow Natalie ended up doing a live with Ashley, and Grant
Okay.
called in and basically crashed out like on the live, like was
That
just
would have been really good to watch. Actually,
you can watch it. I'll send it to you.
I did. Yeah.
So like he was Looney Tunes, like flipping
He is
out.
just a Looney Tune.
He made her cry. Like she was for sure absolutely.
Who, Natalie?
No, he made
Oh,
Ashley cry.
Of course he did.
Because he, like, you could tell she was getting like really emotional. She went off
Why didn't
screen
you
for a second.
hang up?
I don't know.
Why
Like,
are we giving him space?
he's like, he is a lunatic, an absolute lunatic.
I just
and I'm like, people, think about how he's talking to her right now
on TV.
in public.
Yes.
In public,
on live.
essentially on a live. Imagine
think-
how he talks to her behind closed doors. Because they put on their best face for the public,
100%.
right? And then when they're not in public,
100%.
that's when things go sideways.
Behind closed doors.
Yeah. So yeah, they're not together right now. He is total Looney Tunes. He did not look good either on the Vile Files. I'll send you a few things for that. But yeah, like he is a raging narcissist for like.
What does he even do for work?
I don't know. Oh, is he the one? Yeah, I think he's in sales.
Okay, I can see that. He's also a snake oil salesman.
Excuse
Well, no, like probably it's probably like stupid sales. It's probably like not anything important.
I can't remember if it was him or Breon, but one of them is in med sales. I can't remember if it's him or Breon.
I'm gonna say it's I feel like it's Grant. I don't have that book, but I feel like it's Grant.
Yeah, one of them. I can't remember, but yeah, like
because it's probably how he cheats. Is he goes to these he goes to these
on the
clinics
road.
and sell
Yeah.
stuff, and then he's like, "Oh, pretty girl at the desk, hey."
And like, what's so? I don't know.
Like,
Is
what's
it
the attraction to him?
I don't know. Is it like? Is it that he's a confident person? Like, is that? I don't know. I feel like he's tall. I saw a picture. Or
Is he tall, or is it his hair gives him an extra 3 inches?
Well, regardless. So, no, I saw someone post like a TikTok or something, and they're like, not Grant, like they were at some festival or something, and they're like, not Grant from Temptation Island, and it was like
so maybe
but
because
he
Breon's so tall.
he seemed really
Yeah.
tall in the picture that they took, but
Okay.
then it's like how tall are the people that he's
Yeah.
standing beside? I don't know, but he seemed tall.
Oh.
So I'm like, I don't know, maybe he's tall. He has like a reasonable from here, but his face is no bueno to
No.
me. Like, and he's just a dirtbag, so it makes him just extremely
and
unattractive.
and like I don't know, for me, he just comes off as like cocky. And like that is something like I clock immediately. And I'm just like, no thanks, bro. Keep walking. Keep walking away.
Yeah,
Oh, and that's yeah, so that's our deep dive into Temptation Island.
Yes.
So I promised messiness.
it was
I
messy.
promised
Yes.
juiciness.
Yeah,
Wet
all
rhythmic
the above.
slapping, all of it.
um, ridiculous subtitles.
Yes, thank you, Netflix, for that.
Yes.
Creative editing. And I guess going forward, there's a new show, and I've seen the clips. It's been like a TikTok online thing for a while called Pop the Balloon. So apparently Netflix does a live
Pop the balloon.
dating Pop the Balloon on Thursdays. So I think we're gonna cover that for a couple of weeks and see
Yeah.
how it goes. And,
Yeah.
and if once again, guys, if anybody has any suggestions, we have the little post blocked up there on the Instagram. So
Yep.
please send us suggestions of what you
We'd
want
love to
see.
hear them. We'd love
We'd
to
love
hear them.
to hear from you
Yeah,
guys.
for sure.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
No?
Great.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's it for this week, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
A lick of sugar and spice.